Alright then. So, yay! I think it's working. I just about to record the audio right. It is really loud. Music way down. The voice volume. Probably a good idea to have it high, I guess. I hope that's not too loud though. Definitely subtitles. Alright. Let's go ahead and there's no continue because I don't have a game started yet. Alrighty.
Dad?
Aren't you sleeping yet? It's time for bed, honey.
Dad, I can't sleep. Can you tell me a bedtime story?
All right. What do you want to hear?
Something about an adventure.
I think I know just the thing. When I was your age, my biggest dream was to follow my Uncle Fred on one of his adventures around the world. One day, he disappeared. I stepped into the lobby of my uncle's house. It lay just across the hill from where I lived with my mother, your grandmother. She had tried to keep me from going, but I wanted to see if Fred was home yet from his latest adventure.
Well, this is interesting. Stuff. What is this? That's a shout out to someone. That's hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up.
My uncle used to send me postcards from his long journeys. Greetings from Nepal, Galapagos, Kilimanjaro, the Amazon River. This was the first time he had left without a word, without sending cards.
This is definitely a visual one. I'm tempted to make it brighter, but that might ruin the
I had visited Uncle Fred's house
immersion
countless
level.
of times, but in the locker, which usually was closed, I found something I hadn't seen before. It was an adventure suit. It resembled the one that Fred used, but smaller in size. Curiosity got the better of me, and I tried it on. It fit like it had been custom made for me.
Sorry if you can hear the dogs in the background. They're outside, and I'm sure that the neighbor's in the far back, probably with his dogs or something.
The most mysterious room of my uncle's house was the observatory. There he kept his newest experiments, and right now it held a pad used for disposing of garbage. Uncle Fred had warned me not to touch any of his things. But, as I said, I was a curious child.
I didn't get a chance to read the computer. Launched into space. Story about my uncle. So, I'm definitely interested. Whoa.
I landed with a crash, but thanks to the suit I wasn't hurt. I had no idea where the pad had taken me, but back then I didn't care so much about where I was going, or how I would get home.
Clock. Must have been all the testing. Ah, I can run. Yay. Progress has been saved. Tire.
The suit protected me from falls on the ground, but not in water. I couldn't swim with this thing on. Best be careful.
Whoa. Oh, wow. That's cool. So I can charge a jump. Cool.
I was sure that someone had been here before me. Someone had built these bridges and carved these symbols, but who? Where were they now?
Oops. I failed. There we go.
I found a strange gizmo, some sort of measuring tool that Fred must have built. It seemed to be done measuring though, so I took the results to give to Fred.
Cool. So I guess I'll go check out this way. Yay.
How did you know Fred had been there?
Well, I found a small campsite where Fred must have slept before going further into the caves. I knew it was him because the place was littered with empty packages of his favorite hiking foods. Canned soups, tube food, and instant noodles.
Tube food? That sounds gross.
Oh well, it's not that bad. One winter, Uncle Fred and I went hiking into the mountains, and we were surprised by a blizzard. We were stuck in a small cabin for 2 days, and all we ate was tube food, and cold canned goulash as well. Your grandmother was worried sick, but I thought it was all very exciting.
I failed again. Whee! Maybe that wasn't the best idea. And I failed again. Yeah, that's too much of a leap. There we go. Ah! Yep. One second here. I just want to shove that up there. Do this. Let's go ahead and go back to resuming. I know this is probably one of the most trivial parts, and I'm failing in one of the worst ways ever. Okay. I guess I'm gonna skip that. It's alright.
The power core I found activated the suit's grappling device when I picked it up. It must have been left here by my uncle.
Cool.
The grappling device left a sort of symbol everywhere I grappled. I noticed similar symbols already there in the cave, and I was getting more and more certain that this place was where Fred had gone.
Okay, so... I failed. Okay. There we go. I got it. I got it now. Take it one grapple, then you gotta land to recharge. Okay. This is unforgiving. Darn it. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I have to power leap.
The adventure suit was fantastic. By combining a power leap with a grapple, I could fly long distances through the air at great speed.
That was fail. Oh wait, where am I? I'm lost. Kinda worked. I don't know what just happened, but okay. I'll accept it. Yeah, I'll do that too. Whatever, I failed. What I was trying to do, I failed. Oh, where am I going now? There we go. Yay. Okay, that kind of failed. But saved. Thanks to grappling hook. Alright, sorry I'm not talking much, but I'm really, like, wow. This game was well made, considering everything. Oh, God. Alright. So it's like a puzzle type thing. I don't want to say it's like Portal, but it's pretty close. It's got similar mechanics that are fun. It's kind of like a jumping puzzle with a grappling hook and some extra power stuff. Yeah. So I need to use this thing and let go here. Ah. Hey. Notice that the game commentary is a little bit quieter. I'm pretty certain I have to grab onto this thing. Can't tell where down is. Made it. A little on the foggy side here. Oops. Didn't let go quick enough. Whee! Cool. I can now link grapples. Now there's going to be some sort of puzzle that's going to be difficult. This is going to be awesome. Yes. Alright, so do that. Do that. Ooh, even has wind noise when you're going real fast. That's cool. That was some attention to detail somebody did. It adds into the immersion. Of course, I have issues with game immersion, so that's probably a bad thing for me. I get to play and hours will go by and I won't even realize it. To get me out of it's really not an easy thing to do. And if you think I'm joking, just ask Fox Queen Gamer. She'll attest to that one. Hi, Mr. Rock. Let's do this. Yeah. This is gonna be one of those games people are gonna try and speed run, because it would definitely be a fun game to do. Maybe if I play it through a couple times, I'd give her a try. Yay! Yeah. I like this mechanic, it's fun. And it's pretty, you know? There we go. Now, I think it's going to fling me. There we go. have ended horribly. I don't know how I didn't end that horribly.
These blue lights. Did Fred put them here? Or was somebody else here as well?
Loading screen? Ooh, pretty. Christmas lights. I don't seem to have my grappling hook anymore. I don't know what's going on. Oh, forcing me to walk through because of the prettiness. That's what it is. You know how I look, the lights are different. They flicker a little. That's cool.
Hello, who are you? You're not from here. Wow, you look just like Fred, but smaller, and with less hair on your face.
She knew Fred. I told her that he was my uncle, and that I was looking for him.
What's an uncle?
I said that I had known him all my life.
Really? Me too. I'll help you find him. I'm Madeline. The others call me Mad Maddie sometimes. I don't know why really, but you can call me Maddie. You've never been to the village, right? Let's meet over there in the square. I'll show you around. I bet you can get there easily with your suit thing. So, I'll see you there.
I couldn't believe it. An underground village inhabited by frog people, or more like salamanders. Either way, they walked like humans, they talked like humans. How is that possible?
Because it's an alternate universe, that's how. That didn't work. Okay. Land here. See where we're supposed to go now. See. That worked. And my next place up here and over there. Uh-oh. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. I made it! I made it! Oh. Don't have the type of aim Uncle Fred has, that's for sure.
Hey! Hey! Hi, welcome to my village. This is the town square, and that over there is Fred's tent. I haven't seen him in a few days, though. Maybe our elder Samuel knows where he is. He knows a lot of stuff. Mostly boring stuff, if you ask me, but it's worth a try. Before asking him, though, you should check out the village. It's not so bad, unless you have to stay for too long. When you're done, go to the island with the windmill, and you'll see Samuel's cove from there. I'll go on ahead and tell him that you're coming. He's not much for surprises. Later!
I thanked Madeline and agreed to meet her later. It was strange. How could I talk to someone who was not even human and still feel like it was perfectly normal?
Because it is normal. God. People are like racist. That's cool though. That's Fred's tent right here. Huh. Not much of a place. Not much of a tent. Alright, let's just continue on with the game then, I suppose. Well, that's cool. There's like exciting here. Caution danger. I've seen that a few places. I wonder if it's like nuclear waste type thing. Maybe. Maybe that's what this is.
Er det så her, og så på tunnelbaner og litt Er det så her, og Examensbuffet kan slags en av kommunikasjon.
They all look different. So, okay.
It looked like most of the shacks in the village were built out of trash. Trash from our world. It was, after all, a garbage disposal pad that took me here.
Kind of an entertaining concept. Garbage disposal pad sends all this trash to a alternate dimension. It is just the way the human race would be, though. Who cares whose lives it ruins so long as it gets rid of it from our place? We don't have to deal with it. What? Seems to be the story that it's trying to say. Because they developed a garbage disposal pad. Disposes garbage, just disappears. Cool. Nobody ever asked, where does that garbage go? Not really sure where I'm going right now. And, I fall down. That's fine. And, I don't know where I'm going at this point. A little map, or at least an arrow would be nice. Because I kind of got lost. Let's go down this way. Oh, yep. That's where I'm supposed to go.
En kasse med blad nu.
So, reiterate on my thoughts here. Garbage disposal pad. Fred. Maddie. Fred.
Did Fred have any kids of his own?
Nope, not that I know of. He lived alone. He didn't really have any time for a family, I guess. He was always away or busy with his inventions. He could be gone for months at a time. I never knew how soon I would see him again.
Don't you think he felt lonely then?
I think he was too caught up in his projects to feel lonely. It seems like he found new friends in the village, though. Maddie seemed to be especially fond of him, taking after all that he did. Maybe Fred was like a father to her.
She didn't have a real father, right? If she was born from an egg.
That's right. That's another thing we had in common.
Did Fred have any kids of his own?
Okay, so that just
Nope.
activates the story.
Not that I know of.
I'm sorry about that.
He lived alone. He didn't really have any time for a family, I guess. He was always away or busy with his inventions. He could be gone for months at a time. I never knew how soon I would see him again.
Don't you think he felt lonely then?
I think he was too caught up in his projects to feel lonely. It seems like he found new friends in the village, though. Maddie seemed to be especially fond of him, taking after all that he did. Maybe Fred was like a father to her.
She didn't have a real father, right? If she was born from an egg.
That's right. That's another thing we had in common.
Well, I kind of failed on that jumping puzzle, didn't I? Screwed the pooch, as it were. But where am I letting go at? That's a question. That looks about right. And I missed. Let's try this again. Further, right there. Yay. I made it.
A stranger in our halls. Welcome. Our name is Samuel, and we will do our best to assist you. Please tell us what brings you here.
I told him that I was looking for my Uncle Fred.
We should help. Do you know where he is?
Fred left us without a word. If you aspire to find him, we can share with you a sacred crystal, a power core. Fred used their kind to power his suit. You can have it if you return our Fred to us.
The crystal? Sweet!
Madeline, that was inappropriate. Your help will not be necessary. The crystal is not for you to have.
What? I want to help finding Fred. Why couldn't I?
Please, Madeline, that is impossible. None of us may enter the chasms. It is too dangerous.
What's the danger? If Fred can do it, so can I.
I say this for your own protection, Madeline. You are forbidden from entering the chasms.
Just because you're afraid of what's outside the village doesn't mean I am. I'm nothing like you. I'll never be.
We apologize. It is true that we want to keep her safe, but she does not understand. Behind us is the power core. Take it and go into the chasms. Find Fred, and if you see Madeline, take care of her. Be safe.
Cool. Now I can chain 3 in a row, I think. Unless there's a new thing that I could do with it. No, that must be what it is.
I felt a little uneasy about moving on into the chasms. If it was too dangerous for Maddie, would it be safe enough for me?
Nope, too far away. Alright, you know what? At that, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share me with your friends. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and end this recording because you're all awesome, and this is going to be a long video. I don't even know how long I've been playing. Like I said, game immersion. I have issues. Thank you very much for watching.